Hey everybody, it's Dave.
And Dave.
And together we are
Twin Linked.
Hey, welcome back to your West Coast ITC coverage.
West Coast.
Wearing boots and cowboy hats. Western ITC coverage of the independent tournament circuit.
Independent? I thought it was international.
Yeah, well, I think technically it's independent.
We'll call it the IITC.
Yeah,
Independent International Tournament.
International does have a nice ring to it.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds all pro and stuff. Especially now that they cover places like England and Poland and Germany and all that kind of good stuff.
For now, we'll just go with ITC.
Just
that
ITC.
way we know we got it right.
Yeah, you can't mess that one up. Anyway, we're talking about ITC tournament coverage here in the Western Conference. As you know, we are in episode 5, Dave. 5. So we're moving quite along. Our viewership is just growing by leaps and bounds. That's what nice is when you start at only 2 views. Mm-hmm. You almost got nowhere to go but up, right?
1, 2.
So we've been improving ever since, and we'd like to thank everybody for watching. We're working on condensing our show a little bit tighter as we go. So if you have thoughts or ideas, let us know. But we're going to try to tighten up this episode. Our goal is more around 30 minutes, Dave.
30 minutes.
So if you can stand and hold on for 30 minutes, this is going to be a power show. It's going to go fast, and it's going to go furious.
It's going to be concentrated. You'll still get the same amount of goodness. It'll just be concentrated in 30 minutes.
Like frozen orange juice.
Yeah.
Yeah? No?
Yeah. No, I like that.
All right, okay. And with that, let's jump straight into, let's talk about, the date today is officially June 21st.
21st.
So when we talk about our points and who's in what places and all that kind of stuff, remember, we can only go off of what ITC posts up through their partnership with Best Coast Pairings. So all of our information is as of June 21st.
Which we don't have tournaments during the week, so we've got your reporting on what's happened over last weekend.
Right.
So,
although sometimes we have noticed a slight delay in some of those tournaments getting logged in to the electronic portion of the tournament circuit. So,
probably the interwebs delay.
Al Gore
it takes a couple of days.
Trying to
He
defraud Trump by anyway.
No politics.
So let's talk about in the past. All right, our RTTs and our GTs that we had that were going on for the last 2 weeks. So starting just recently, June 17th, we had an incoming 8th edition.
Incoming!
That's right, incoming fire. And it was at one of our favorite places that we haven't visited yet, Dave. The beautiful Armchair Adventurer in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Aloha, Armchair Adventurer.
Aloha. Hey, now we know they've had quite a few RTTs. We've already reported, I think, on at least 2 in the 5 episodes we've been running.
Yes.
But we jumped up our game here. Almost so close to going to GT status for the incoming 8th. And I'd like to point out, ladies and gentlemen, here's the real difference, right? I think our last one we had down there was 9 players, plus or minus, for the last RTT. That was in 7th edition. Incoming 8th edition, the day after the release date, right? 22 players in Honolulu, Hawaii at Armchair Adventure. If you're not excited for 8th edition and getting out there and get some games on, you crazy.
That more than double it. Plus the fact that who is the gentleman that relocated in Hawaii?
Oh yeah,
I think
Brett
it's a
Perkins,
combination
yeah.
of 8th edition and Brett Perkins.
That's right. He's going to bring people in because you get to play with a star. It's like playing football with, Eli Manning or Steve Young or some other famous football player. They're older ones, huh? No? You want to do better?
Bobby Boucher.
Baba Boucher. I like it. Anyway, so they had a total of 22 players. And man, you can look at a difference already. Let's talk about our 3rd place. Actually, 3rd place was tied for 3rd. There's 2 second places here at this tournament. Coming in at 3rd place, first of all, is Brett Perkins himself. He didn't win. Holy cow.
Hey, 2nd, 3rd place is pretty darn good.
That's pretty darn good.
That's still, that's my ceiling I'm shooting for.
Brett Perkins was playing Astra Militarum, right? I don't think they have rules yet for the Renegades, so he had to step back a little bit and go back to good old Astra Militarum. IG.
I've heard good things about that, though.
Yeah, no kidding,
sounds
man.
like they're doing well in 8th edition.
Oh, so exciting. We could talk about 1,000 things, but let's move forward. So Brett did great work. He got a 19, a 19, and a 13 for his final game, which is the exact same score as the person he tied with, Justin Gibbs. Justin was playing Grey Knights. Grey Knights getting 2nd place at a tournament of 22 22 That's outstanding. Man,
I haven't
already
even thought about how the Grey Knights rate in 8th edition. Must be doing well.
They're still expensive. A lot of people on the interwebs are saying that it's a so-so army that's going to have problems. But look, man, right here, coming out of the chute hot, Justin Gibbs, 2nd place in the 22-man tournament.
Yeah, and they're 3 hours earlier than us, so you got a little bit of extra early intelligence coming in from Hawaii.
Aren't they later?
Depends how you're looking.
Anyway, let's not get
Depends how
technical
you look
about
at it.
geography, Dave. Coming in first place is Kaleo Anderson. Kaleo Anderson with Space Wolves in first place. Perfect scores, 19, 19, and 19, all the way across the board. Well done, Kaleo. Man,
Great job.
great job. 22-man RTT at the Armchair Adventure in beautiful Hawaii.
Hawaii.
All right, let's go down to a
You're
little
going to be
small-
going to Hawaii, aren't you, Dave?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I am. We're going to go in August, and we will be right there by the Armchair Adventure. I'm going to have to go by, do a shout out, and say hi to the folks. Maybe take a few pictures of that zone and bring it back.
Drop the kids off. I think there's Dave and Buster's down there. Drop them off.
Oh yeah. Hey, we were going to go to the memorial. We were going to go see the battleship, but never mind all that. I'm going to go and play
To the
Warhammer.
Armchair.
Man, that's a quick trip to Divorce Town right there, Dave.
Maybe. Well, then just take them with you.
Okay, that's a better idea.
They go armed and dangerous. The Armchair Warrior.
So that was an 8th edition tournament.
8th
Now we're
edition.
going to step back in time a little bit, and a little Old Hammer. Old Hammer, that was the title of the tournament, was played at Great Escape Games in Sacramento, California, just north of us, Dave.
Yes.
That's right.
About 3 hours.
In fact, on July 17th, I'm going to go up and play a tournament, a BAO prep tournament up at Great Escape Games,
I'm going with you, Dave.
and you're going with me.
Going with
We're
you.
going to go up there and get our handed to us, but
We may be handing out some, too.
we'll see how it goes. Hey, so coming in at number 2, it was a 10-man tournament, I should say, 10 players. Coming in at number 2 was Charles Jones. Charles Jones playing good old Chaos Demons. Bam! Demons. And of course, number 1, Shane Del Solar
Of the Bay Area Dogs of War.
playing Eldar. Man!
Still.
Stan-
yeah, 7th edition.
7th
There you
edition,
go.
right?
There you
That's why Demons Eldar at the top compared to Space Wolves, Grey Knights, and Astra Militarum in Hawaii.
Yeah, I can't wait to see her 475-point Wraith Knight.
Hey, and let's keep an eye on some of those names. Shane, we're going to be talking about later on when we go talk about our top 5.
Really?
And coming in number 4 Great Escape Games was Tony Myers, who was in our top 5 last time we had this discussion.
Okay, well, if you mentioned number 4, then you got to go ahead and throw in number 3.
All right. Chris Nunez was playing Necrons, also part of the Bay Area Dogs of War team. Coming in number 3.
Great job, gentlemen.
Great job.
Great job, Sacramento,
Sacramento.
our state's capital.
We'll see you soon. All right, June 17th, Hod Boys was played at End Zone Gaming Center in Clearfield, Utah. Man, Utah's got gaming going on, people. They had 8 players. It looks to me like I don't have a clear thing if they play 8th or 7th. But since the winner was Blood Angels, all right, but we'll get that in a second. Coming in number 2 is Caden Humphreys. Caden Humphreys playing Necrons with the Armada of the Apocalypse.
We're seeing more Necrons, so this may be 8th already.
This might be. I mean, look at this plethora. Tau, Night Renegades, Orcs. Gene Stewart Cult, Dark Angels. Caden had a great, looks like 10s were the high points for this tournament. He had 10. Oh, then he got slapped right in the face, got a 1, and then came back with a 10, strong at the end. Well done, Caden. But coming in first place with his Blood Angels was Tim Travers. Tim Travers, also with the Armada of the Apocalypse.
I got to mention Mike Warren playing Orcs, being that this is the Ard Boys tournament.
That's true. One Ard boy in the whole
coming
group, huh? Orcs are coming back. Don't call it a comeback, Dave.
It's not coming.
Did they ever leave?
Nope.
Anyway, Tim had a score of 9, so he lost 1 point in that first game, but 10 and 10. Those Blood Angels coming in solid, man. Well done.
All right, where are we headed to now, Dave?
We're going all the way up to Glimpses Games at Sherwood, Oregon. Sherwood, Oregon. Once again, an 8th edition release. And I might be wrong, but I think this might be the first RTT that we're reporting on out of Sherwood, Oregon. We might have had one way back in our very first one.
I don't recall, because I would have said something about a forest if I.
Yeah, a little Robin Hood reference, something going on there, right?
And Little John walking through the forest.
Oh, please. That's the cartoon version. Well, I guess it's better than the Kevin Costner version. But what's not better? Anyway, they had 8 players. So, man, coming out with their 8th ed release, 8th edition, 8 players. Pretty amazing, right? Coming in number 2, we want to give a shout out to Jack Tillotson. Jack Tillotson playing the Adeptus Astartes. So,
Good job.
it looks like they only played 2 games. Half
Yeah.
the guys only played 1. This is a weird little event.
You got 3 guys tied for 3rd, and I just got to hear the name of the first guy that came in for 3rd playing Eldar.
German villain.
Is that a real name?
I don't know.
He's so beautiful. I will name him German Villain.
German villain. Man, like those guys are going to have enough hanging over their heads after 1 and 2. Anyway, second place was Jack Tillotson playing Space Marines. Coming in first place was Matthew Hamilton. Matthew Hamilton playing Eldar in 8th.
In 8th edition.
And got first place. Good job, Matthew. Man, way to build a list. So, Dave, speaking of 8th Ed, you and I played an 8th Ed game
Yes,
just
we
the other
did.
day.
I don't know if we could. I don't know if that's valid, Dave.
Yeah,
But yes,
I don't
we
know.
did play a game.
There was a lot of rules malfunctions that went on. I'm not going to lie, and most of them were my fault.
Nonetheless, 9-22, Orcs lost.
Orcs did lose.
They did, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I love the new mechanics to the game. It was great. I love my Orcs. I don't like your Chaos Marines.
Yeah, Chaos Death Guard at the back row with World Eaters up front. It was a good combination. You got solid units holding the backfield with long distance fire with guys up there, berserkers up in your face, causing some hits.
And my Orc battle wagons crashing into each other and getting clogging each other's up. But there will be a rematch. This is the first of many in 8th edition, Dave.
It's challenges, right, with those battle wagons with the new terrain rules that you can't go through. It tightens up the lanes a little bit. So, man, talk about some learning that we had going on. That was a lot of learning. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
though.
you were blocking some lanes there pretty good. I might use some other blocking terms, but not on our
Thank
13 show.
goodness. All right, let's talk about our next one. This tournament, another RTT, took place on June 17th. Conflict at Firebase Charlie 2.
Dose.
The Electric Boogaloo. That's right. Game Castle in Santa Clara. So they just had one, man. They're off and running again. I'm pretty sure this was the 8th edition game. They had a total of 10 players coming out. Well done, Game Castle Santa Clara. Coming in at number 2, I believe this is the guy who organizes it, so it's polite of him not to take number 1, was John Fierhelm. John Fierhelm playing Imperial Knights with the Left Coast Corsairs, very famous. Infamous.
The infamous Left Coast Corsairs.
And look at his scores.
Led by Fierhelm.
By Fierhelm. Now, the scores possible were 19 in all these games, and John got a consistent 13, 13, and 13. Man, that can really tell you something about how his Imperial Knights are playing. You know, so he might be getting a lot of the primary, but he can't grab those secondary maelstrom points and stuff like that, but he's still doing enough to win his games, that's for sure.
Do we know how many knights they're able to run with the new point system?
I don't know. A lot of people are saying 3 is the magic number because it still gives you enough points left over to have some guys behind them to repair some of the wounds they take, and maybe a few little Fluff Bunny units to protect them from the front charges on first round and stuff like that.
Fluff Bunny?
Fluff Bunnies.
Fluff Bunnies, I'm just seeing like ferocious gaunts.
It's
That's
got
Fluff
big
Bunny.
nasty fangs.
It's merely a flesh wound.
Merely a flesh wound. All right, coming in number 1 was Anthony D'Amour.
This is an international list here.
It is, huh?
Fairhelm, D'Amour.
D'Amour playing Death Watch. Ridiculous. Oh, my goodness.
That's your. You play those guys?
No, not Death Watch.
World
That's
Eaters. That's
World
what
Eaters.
And what else?
Death Guard. Death Guard. There's a lot of things like death and knights and colors and Warhammer. You can get confusing sometimes. Anyway, Anthony came in with 13, 19, and 19. Well done,
Great job.
Anthony. Way to take to the limit. Take it
Take
to the
it
limit.
to the limit.
Oh, nice, Dave. Well done. All right, one more RTT to talk about. They had a total of, looks like 9 players at Launchpad Games in Lodi, California. Once again, it was an 8th launch at Launchpad Games. Man, there's a lot of good
That's a
footage
lot of
going on.
launching.
There is, yeah. So we'll talk about our top 2 as usual. Was number 2, Robert Felton. Good job, Robert, playing the Cult Mechanicus. Man, came out of the gates hot with a 19. Oh, took a heavy loss there, a 7. Not too bad, but he recovered hardcore with another 19 to bring up the end.
Making adjustments at halftime.
At halftime, that's correct. But number 1 held through was John Thomas playing Chaos Demons. Now, I would really like to know what kind of list he ran. A lot of people aren't sure that Chaos Demons are looking that good. I wonder if he had a few friends coming in, allies on the side.
Well, I know one thing. He wasn't getting them for free.
Hey, good point, Dave. At least he won with what he brought to the table, right? It's a totally different game, ladies and gentlemen.
I love the team name.
The Unforgiven. Yeah, that's also cool. 19, 13, and 19. Good job, John. Way to win it at Launchpad Games in Lodi,
I
California.
said Launchpad. I said lunch, not launch. You remember the Far Out Space Nuts?
Yeah. Of course they do.
I said lunch, not launch.
All right, so this is the first time I think I've seen something out of Idaho in one of our reports. This comes out of Moscow, Idaho, and they're not even playing at a game store up there. They're playing at the community center in Moscow, Idaho. So well done, guys. This took place on June 10th and 11th. They had a total of 14 guys show up there in Idaho. Fantastic.
That's not small potatoes, 14 players.
Well, I'm thinking that they're preparing themselves because coming up soon is the infamous Idaho Cup, of which many of our friends out in Utah plan to go up and try to take the Idaho Cup. They even had a tournament to prepare themselves for that.
I'd fill that Idaho Cup with mashed potatoes.
Oh, nice. Russet.
Small potatoes.
Small potatoes. All right, so they had a total of 14 players. Coming in at second place was Logan Rourke. Logan Rourke playing Chaos Space Marines. Chaos Space Marines. What is that team name there, Dave? Demises?
Looks like Demises. I just want to say, dude, with a name like Logan Rourke, you should be playing Space Wolves.
Oh, yeah, Logan, huh? It has a nice Space Wolf ring to it.
That works for the two.
Like Mickey?
Or Mr.
Or Mr. All right.
Smiles, everyone.
Anyway, Logan did pretty good work. He lost his first game, got an 8, but then, man, just slowly built back up from there with a 13, a 15, a 19, and a 19. Man, this is a 2-day tournament, even though they only had 14 guys. Well done, guys. Way to get out there and really play.
In Moscow.
And then coming in at first place was Matt Johansson. Matt Johansson playing Eldar, old school, right? Mm-hmm. He's with Team Zero Comp. So they're a famous team out here on the West Coast. I believe Reese and Frankie are part of Team Zero Comp. Jeff In Control Robinson is part of Team Zero Comp.
Never heard of these guys.
But they're up here in Idaho, and man, he did a little Eldar domination, Dave. 19, 18. Oh, jeepers, he lost a point. And then 19, 19, and 19.
If it bleeds, we could kill it.
If it bleeds, Matt Johansson taking it to the limit.
I'm impressed with that. I'm sure there are a lot of guys out there that want to say, hey, I was kicking butt with Eldar. In 7th edition, I'm still playing Eldar, and I'm still going to win. So,
well, I'm pretty sure this was a 7th edition game because it took place on June 10th and 11th.
Well, there goes my whole theory.
Yeah, it was a good theory. Hey, let me point out that coming in third place was Seth Rourke, also playing Chaos Space Marine. So maybe he's a brother related to Logan, who got second place. So Seth got third, but I noticed they're on different teams. Seth is on Team Zero Comp, where Logan's on Demises. Man,
these brothers.
Inter-family politics, right? A little hate going on.
In Moscow. I thought Moscow was in Russia. I didn't even know it was in Idaho.
Yeah, it's a good name, so they used it. All right, our last one before we move on to our rankings was in Sin City Slaughter. Power 9 Games in Las Vegas, Nevada. Took place June 10th and 11th. And this was an actual GT event with a total of 28 players over 2 days. So Power 9 Games in Las Vegas.
Big time.
Big time, that's correct, sir. So we're going to do our top 3 because we always do our top 3 when we have a GT. So coming in third place is a name we've said before, and I'm sure we'll be saying it again. Aurelio Correa. I don't know if I'm even saying that right, but it's kind of fun to say it that way.
I guess you could call it Korea, but
Correa.
I think it's Korea.
All right. Playing Chaos Space Marines. Ooh, challenges, right? Because we're still in 7th Ed. But look at the scores here. 19 came out swinging hard, and then boom, the big 0, goose eggs. Just a kick right to the nads.
I always wonder about those zeros when I see tournaments in Las Vegas.
Oh, good point.
What's even there? But
they usually play 3 games the first day, and the third game he comes back with a 19, and then a Sunday an 18 and a 19. So man, he was just out there devastating. Oh man, if I hadn't been for that one game, he probably could have won. Coming in second place is our old friend, the Beastle, David Johansson. Is he related to Matt Johansson?
I don't know.
In Idaho?
They're not on the same team because David Johansson is from the world famous Double Dutch Rudders.
The Double Dutch Rudders. Man, David playing his Eldar, right? And he was, look at the scores here, 19-19. Man,
I'm just going to say,
like, why can I not read these things? And there we go. Yeah.
Oh, no,
man. 19, 19, 10, 18, and 10. So he had a couple hard-fought games there towards the end. But even his opponent that got first place, Matt Evans, playing Skitari, he also had a couple hard-fought games. 19, 19, 10, 10, and then 19. But he pulled it out for the win. Matt Evans, first place, GT level games at Power 9 Games, Las Vegas, Nevada. And I love his team name.
Another great name.
The Denver Mountain Trolls. That is outstanding.
We going into town today. Gonna play some 40K.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the tournaments we've had over the last couple weeks.
Where's that double Dutch rudder boy?
So we're going to move on to our West ITC rankings. We're going to blow through that real quick. Yeah, sound good, Dave? Keep going?
Yes, power through. We're not taking a smoke break or a beverage break.
Beverage break. We're not taking breaks today. All right. So, man, there has been some serious changes since last time we talked. So, all kinds of stuff going on. All right.
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it. So, first of all, some of our people that used to be in the top 5 have definitely taken a step down. So I want to do some honorable mentions. They're not in the top 5, but they were last time we talked about it.
They'll be back.
Let's see if they get back. Standing at number 12 right now, number 12, dropping a total of 8 points or 8 positions on our ranking system, is the Frenchman Adrian Genard.
You just like saying that name.
I do. Who doesn't, man? But wow, lost 8 points or 8 spots. He's down to number 12 out of the top 5. Also out of the top 5 is Tony Myers, who's coming in placing right now at number 11. He dropped 6 spots on our ranking system. So, you guys getting that dog? I hope so. All right.
Space Wolves.
Space Wolves. So, Tony dropped down as well. I want to point out place number 9, Matt Evans, who we just talked about winning the Sin City GT. He wasn't even on the page I printed out last time. He wasn't even in the top 27, Dave. And boom, he got thrust all the way up to number 9 with that win.
It's these GTs that are shaking up the rankings, Dave.
Oh, yeah. You get a couple of those big ones, and they're worth a lot of points. At number 8 is a friend. We talked about him before. He dropped out of the 5 like way back in the beginning, like a month and a half ago. Anthony Odell, a local favorite from Visalia, just south of Fresno. Mm-hmm. Anthony's come up 5 points, so good job, Anthony. Keep up the good work. But look here, coming in at number 7, Paul McKelvey, who was all the way up at number 3 last time we talked about, our Tau player. He's the last 4 spots. He's down at number 7.
He's our Best Coast Pairings?
That is correct. He's our Best Coast Pairings guy. Number 6, just give a shout out since I'm working my way up anyway, is Alex Gonzalez. Good job, Alex. You moved up 1 spot from last time we talked. And back in the top 5, Josh Bagwell. Good job, Josh. Way to fight your way back in there.
Bagging on him last week. This time he's back up in the top 5.
Now he's teabagging you. All right. Josh, he was at 6. He just dropped down a little bit. He moved back up. He's now back up in the top 5. Good job, Josh. Way to keep up the good work. Here's one of our big changes, though. Shane Del Solar, who I talked about, just won that tournament. He jumped 16 places up to number 4. Shane, well done. Holy cow.
Leapfrogging.
Yeah, he's got all 5 of his events in there now. He's got 5.
Get out of my way. In top 5, here I come.
Yeah, top 5. We'll see if you can hold on to it, Dave. I believe he still doesn't have a major under his belt, so he still has more points to gain. Coming in at number 3, it's a -1 drop for him, is Aaron Hayden. Aaron's still staying in the top 5. Good job, Aaron. Aaron, one of our most fighty of fighters. He's got all kinds of...
He is our full contact LARPer?
Oh, no, he's not. But he's been to a lot of tournaments, I think. Moving up, 13 points. 13 is Aurelio Correa. That's right. He moved up that 13 thanks to getting 2nd place in that GT. Well done, Aurelio.
He's saying, like, you better get my name right.
Yeah, no kidding,
I'm in 2nd place.
But still, standing at the top of the mountain, the powerful, the mighty, David Johansson. Man, who's going to knock this guy off his pedestal, Dave?
You want to come up here and knock me off?
Look at the point difference right here, too. Aurelio is sitting at 479. Johansson is sitting at 558.
And Aurelio just made that 13-spot jump.
But I think the difference here is David has a major under his belt, which gets a full boost up for that last one. But
and I think genetically, in real life, he's part Viking.
It's definitely possible. But David is just kicking butt out there, holding the top. Can anyone knock him off? We'll keep a watch on that to see if anybody has the power to step up and knock Dave down. I'd like to point out that it'll be a challenge if they do it anytime soon, but the Bay Area Open is coming up. A ton of points are available for our people. I believe the last weekend of July, Dave, like the 28th, 29th, or
think you want to go?
30? Oh, yeah. We're in, baby. We're in it, too. Win it?
in it to win it,
Yeah, I
or
don't
at
know
least
about that.
get 72nd place.
All right.
That'd actually be great if I got 72nd.
It would, huh? Talking about our top 5 real quick. Josh Bagwell, currently ranked 23 globally, number 23, and still holding the number 1 spot for Gene Stewart Colt. Well done, Josh. Look at all those games with the Mugu Legion. Man, he is just working. I love being able to see how many games these guys play, man, because they are out there. We haven't even been in a single one yet, and these guys are already up in like the 8s and 9s.
But we played on Saturday.
That's right. That's right. At number 4, Shane Del Solar, ranked number 22 globally. He's an Eldar player playing with the Bay Area Dogs of War. Good job, Shane. His top 2 wins are both RTTs, but heck, he also got 12th place at the Guardian Cup, which is a GT Contest of Champions, which is a GT. He got 11th, so he's been out there. He's working. He's getting some points.
You know what? With a name like that, I could see him playing Tau. That looks like a Tau HQ name.
Think so?
Shane Del Solar.
Needs a little ching-ching in there somewhere.
Whatever that is. That
little ching goes in between the names.
Ching-ching?
Ching-ching. Coming in at number 3 is Aaron Hayden. Aaron still playing Renegades out there with Team Relentless D. 16th globally. Still number 1 Renegades player. But what's he going to do, man? He played Astra Militarum at his last tournament. Aaron, what you going to do next, buddy? Can't wait to see. I know Aaron's going to be at Bay Area Open, so we'll definitely have to say hi and maybe get a little interview from some of these guys when we're up there.
Get some insight on how to play Astra Militarum, too.
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
But I'm playing Orcs this time.
You're playing Orcs this time around?
I played Astra Militarum and Space Wolves last time.
Yep. I think I'm going to try that Death Guard list, see if I can't refine that.
It's deadly.
Tighten it up a little bit.
Death Guard are deadly.
Death Guard.
That's the name.
Aurelio Correa is currently ranked 12th in the world. 12th. Well done,
Very
Aurelio.
impressive.
And then David Johansson moved up a little bit, ranked 3rd globally, but now he is the number 1 Eldar player currently in the entire world. And look at all these events he's been in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you want to get in the top spots, if you want to fight for those number 5 spots, you got to get out there and play, people.
You gotta knock this guy off the top.
Got to get out there and play, and you got to knock
do
Johansson down. All right. That's our top 5. That's what happened in the past. Real quick, Dave, let's talk about what's coming up in the future.
All right. Well, coming up June 24th, which is just a few days from now.
Yeah.
Over in Pasadena, California, at the Game Empire, we have the 40K Dark Imperium Kickoff Tournament.
So I've drove past that the other day, a couple months ago, actually.
Lovely city.
Lovely city, Pasadena. If you're anywhere nearby, that game store, I've heard all kinds of great things about it. Some real famous podcasters have worked through there before. The TFG Radio, if you follow those guys at all and listen to their podcast, anywhere in that area of Pasadena, get down there and get some game on. They usually have a really good turnout.
Well, a lot of people head to that part of the state for like Disneyland.
Sure.
Which is, Disneyland's cool, but stop by Game Empire.
Yeah.
Get a game in, see what they got on the shelves.
It's actually better than Disneyland.
Yeah.
It's cheaper.
It is to me. Cheaper than 40K?
Sure, maybe not.
That's
It
a
depends if you
stretch.
got your whole family or not. All right,
Yeah,
keep going.
Yeah. All right, then coming up on July 1st in Bakersfield, California, just around the corner from
Just
us,
around the corner.
at Otto's Video Games and More, is Otto's July 40K ITC event. Now, I had the pleasure of talking to Otto just today. Otto Cargill, the owner, let me know that if you want to get in on his tournaments, talk to Chad. He's a tournament organizer. This weekend, not an ITC event.
Right.
They're playing a 50 PowerPoint tournament.
Oh, so they're using the actual PowerPoints that are now available through the new 8th edition.
Yeah.
So there's been a lot of talk on the interwebs, Dave, about whether or not Game Workshop is going to slowly slide us into this PowerPoint system versus the actual point system, because it is simpler to build the list. You don't have to worry about micromanaging how much each and every weapon costs, because you just take a power level for the unit, and then if that unit can have whatever it has, whatever options it has, you can put in there whatever you want. It's the same point cost no matter what you do. And that's one of the things they're talking about, that it'd be so much easier for judges and TOs to look at a list and say whether or not it's legal, because, man, you're going to take one of these 2,000-point lists where they're going to have 4 points for a power sword, 3 points for a plasma pistol, and it's going to be really hard for the judges.
1 point?
right, to go over it and see what's legal.
Forward point.
And someone might not get caught until they're at the final table,
Caught. They're not.
even if they didn't do it on
It's
purpose.
errors. People make errors.
So it's controversy. It's 40K controversy.
We're tactical geniuses, not mathematicians.
Well,
Sort of.
anyway, if you want to try it out, that's a fantastic way to play. Easy, quick builds. It's really easy to go WYSIWYG. Probably you got models already set up. Don't worry about changing their configuration, what's on them. As long as it's legal for an 8th edition list for the same power level, go down and play it.
Yeah, so if you're in the area, hit autos for the 50-point PowerPoint game.
Right.
Learn the mechanics of the game because
Yes.
it's new.
Yes.
That way you're ready to roll on July 1st for the ITC tournament.
Good idea.
All right, then moving over to Arizona, Glendale, Arizona on July 1st. At Imperial Outpost, we have Fall of Ultramar, RTT.
Fall of Ultramar, I believe. Okay, so I could be wrong, but
Usually not, Dave.
they
Except
started.
with the rules for 8th edition last Saturday.
Man, I screwed that one all up. Hey, Karn only gives a bonus 1 inch away from him, not 6 inches. There's a big difference there for your rerolls. Anyway,
And reroll one. Who's the other guy? Reroll ones, not everything.
not everything. Yeah, learning.
Minor details.
Minor details. So out there at Imperial Outpost Games, Don Husen, who's a friend of the show, I noticed his Facebook post. He's saying they're already looking at GT level numbers, and they're hoping to get a major out of this. So
Great.
this is going to be more than an RTT. We're already looking at a GT. If you want some of those big points for your ITC scores, go on out to Glendale, Arizona, and man, get on the bag on it. If we can make that a major, tons of points available to win out there.
Shake up those rankings, too. Also on July 1st, in Lacey, Washington, at Olympic Cards and Comics, we have Olympic Cards and Comics 8th edition kickoff. So it looks like they're going to have a good time in Washington.
Beautiful Washington.
Beautiful Washington. Probably a little cooler than California. As we've shared with you before, we are in Central California. What's our temperature today,
I
Dave?
believe it was 109
Yeah.
or 10 or 11.
And that's not as hot as it gets.
That's pretty close.
All right. Then also on July 1st, we're going over to Pleasant Grove, Utah at Blackfire Games for the Blackfire 40K ITC July tournament.
Man, I tell you, if you're in Utah, you have no excuse. There's St. George, there's Clearfield, I think is it Clearfield? I think so. Pleasant Grove, plenty of places to get out there and play, and they're playing on a monthly basis at least. Get your game on, people.
Utah's not that big. You could drive across.
I think it's pretty
Didn't
big.
we have one guy that played on? He played a tournament on.
That was in Arizona, on opposite sides of
They're
Phoenix.
about the same size.
Not even close.
Pahonix State.
Not even close.
All right, and then on July 2nd in Lake Forest, California, the last one we've got for the next 2 weeks, at Comic Quest is Dice Hammer July ITC 40K tournament. Those are what we've got. Seems a little bit light, probably because of the 4th of July weekend.
Oh, yeah.
But looking ahead, I think we've got quite a bit coming up the next few weeks after that. But nonetheless, we got some action going on. Go celebrate the birth of our nation
Hoorah.
and kill some 40K stuff.
Hoorah! That's the way the nation was founded, right?
On 40K, yeah.
40K.
Yeah.
Or maybe.
IG, Imperial
Or
Guard.
miniature wargaming. Washington probably had like little miniatures of red coats and blue coats.
And he melted him down and made bullets out of him to avenge his son's death.
Because they were definitely pewter back then.
Not that
They weren't plastic molds. They were pewter
were
and
all
lead.
pewter. That was-
Pewter and lead.
I think during the Revolution was probably like second, maybe third edition.
Yeah,
So
I
they were all
believe
pewter.
Cornwallis lost because someone stole his miniatures at a GT, and then he had nothing to practice with.
And he was playing corn. Corn. They called him General Cornhole Wallace.
Oh.
He played corn all the time.
Well, look, we're going downhill. And we're going downhill fast. That sounds like a good place to call it. Hey, 35 minutes, we're getting better. Hold on, we'll be under 31 of these months. Hey, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the show. And once again, give a big shout out to Troy, the man, Cornelison, sitting in the room right now.
He's going to clean this up for us. Also, big shout out to Steve for letting us record in his house because my house is too hot
Oh my gosh.
because it's 109. So thank you, Steve. Thank you, Troy.
And thank you for watching. For Dave,
And Dave.
together we are Twin Linked, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Take care and goodbye.